Bookworms, welcome and welcome back to JessBookgirlTV. In my newest video, I'll be talking about what I read in July and my August TBR. Now, before I begin what I've read and what I'll be reading next month, I just want to let you all know nothing exciting happened to me this week, so my life is completely boring. The first two books I read are for Sue Jackson's Big Book Summer Challenge, starting off with the classic Tom Wolfe's The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test. Now, this is based on a true story of Ken Kesey, who wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The story is set in the 1960s in San Francisco, California, where Ken and his followers, the pranksters, go on this tour bus and they travel across the USA giving people acid. Now, I like the writing style of this story, but I wasn't crazy about the plot because it's about psychedelic stuff. So I give it 3.5 stars, and I was not tripping out with these people. The one after that is Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Goldwyn. The story is about Shiro-chan and her older sister Satsu, who are sold to these people and they were turned into geishas. Now, I love the writing style of this story, but I don't like how Shiro was abused, so I give it 4.5 stars. The one after that is 245 Days by Isabelle Peterson, who is an independent author. The story is about Taylor Davis and Ashley Brennan, who meet at this club called The Library. And then like the next day, Ashley discovers that Taylor is in his business class. Ashley is a professor at this college. And the two must keep their relationship a secret or else Ashley gets in trouble. I give this 4.5 stars because I love the writing style of the story and I thought it was very cute. And the one I thought I was not going to like was An American Marriage by Tyree Jones, which is about Roy and his wife Celestro, who are newlyweds. They live in Atlanta, Georgia, but they come back to Roy's hometown of Louisiana. And they stay at this hotel where Roy gets arrested and is charged with rape. But Roy gets incarcerated. During this time, Celestial confides in her childhood friend, Andre. And it's told from 3 different perspectives, from Celestial's point of view, Andre's point of view, and Roy's point of view. I feel bad for the character of Roy because he's in jail for a crime he did not commit. And I didn't like Andre because I felt like he interfered in marriage. I give this 5 stars because I felt it was very powerful and, you know, and it was also like very sad. And last, I'm currently reading Tracy Garvis Graves' Heart-Shaped Hack. So far, I give it 3 stars. It's about this former lawyer, Kate Watts, who lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and she opened a food pantry, and the food pantry is struggling. So she goes on this news broadcast and talks about it. And this guy, Ian, is generous enough to donate money. I'm not really crazy about the character of Ian because it seems like he's keeping a secret. Yeah, and he also did some research on Kate online, and I don't like that because I think that's like being you know, too personal. August should be a very exciting reading month for me because I will be joining in my very first readathon, which is hosted by A.G. Dunn Reads and Writes. His channel will be linked down in the description box below. We will be reading Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawls. I remember reading this as a young kid and feeling very sad, but I loved this story and I'm a sucker for dog stories. This time around I have a box of Kleenex handy. Sid Fleischman's By the Great Horn Spoon looks like it could be a fast-paced read. It's about 12-year-old Jack and his friend Painsworthy who go to California in search of gold. So it looks like it could be very cute. And the next one is The Player Next Door by K.A. Tucker, which is about Scarlett Reed, who moves back to Folsom Falls after 12 years of living away. And her next door neighbor ends up being her old high school sweetheart, Shane Beckett. Now, this should be very funny. Kevin Kwan, Sex and Vanity, is about Lucille Churchill. She meets this guy, George Azeo, at a wedding, and I guess they don't get along. But 7 years later, George reappears in her life. And the one I'm looking forward to reading the most is Caroline Kepnes' You, which is based on the TV series as well. And I'm doing this also to close out my end of the Big Book Summer Challenge. Now this is going to be creepy, just like the TV series. It's about this guy, Joel Goldberg, who lives in New York City, and he's like a stalker and a killer. And I can't wait for the new season to start again soon. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a happy reading week. Bye, bookworms.